We are live. Greetings, fellow traders. Let me get this tweeted out so everybody join in here. 1 second. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right. Well, good. Good stuff, guys. Well, I hope everybody had a blessed and wonderful holiday weekend. Happy Memorial Day for everybody as we remember and honor those who served. And here we are, guys. We're live with, it's not Sunday night, it is Monday night because the market is open tomorrow. It was not open today. The futures were open for a little bit today, but not really enough for us to really, really bother with, right? So, but we will take a look at the futures and see what we're up to or down to here this evening. Today, we're glad to have Paul with us, CEO Paul from Colorado joining us, Algo 382, to have another Elliott Wave show where today's show is a log. What does that have to do with the stock market and Bitcoin? So we're going to be covering that today. But before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Educational purposes only and not investment advice. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see where we left off with the market on Friday. And then we're going to take a look at the futures and see what we're up to or down to here this evening. And then we'll take a look at the topic, and Paul's going to go over a log and what it has to do with the stock market and Bitcoin, and go over some pretty cool charts and some Elliott Wave counts that are out there. And if there's any time left, we'll go through questions and chart requests. I'll show you a couple that I'm looking at too. And then if there's time left, we'll go through some questions and chart requests. So let's get started. All right, guys. So SPX, wow, we are done with the month of May. It finished with a green candle here on the monthly chart, and we're right back up to the upper Bollinger Bands again here. So June could be an interesting month, right? A lot of people are pretty excited about it, that we finished green, that we're going to get some follow through. This could be a doji sandwich to work its way up. Not to be Buzz Gillington, but it is possible that we could see a doji reversal, right? So this could just be kind of a rally-based drop right here, and then we'll see if we get a red month and get any follow-through on that. And the only reason I mention is we are getting extended over just about everything, right? So the Bollinger Bands, the moving averages, the clouds, right? And so we're continuing to do that, but again, we're still basically bullish till proven otherwise. The big thing that we've been looking at as our crash indicator is the McClellan oscillator, right? That's still been over 100 right here on the weekly chart, and we've got our inside week up. So last week, and again, don't forget, guys, it was a holiday week, so it's kind of low volume, kind of choppy range, right? There was we only saw a little bit of action at the beginning of the week here. It was kind of like one day, maybe the other day had a little bit of movement, and then just chop, 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 right? But it drifted up, and we're still over a rising ADMA, right? So that what that means is that generally the trend is still up, and so I'm sure Paul's going to show a couple counts that he's got on his radar. This is kind of one that I've been kind of looking at and seeing if it has any follow throughs. Just because it's been such a steep move up right here. It does look like it could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, right? So this is kind of your wave 1, right? And possibly an A, B, C, wave 2 pullback maybe to fill this gap right here and get to 3 or 2 is pretty. We haven't really been seeing. This has been a tough month. It's been a tough couple months. If you guys don't think it's been a tough month, I mean, just look at it, right? We've been range bound in here since the beginning of April, right? So for 2 months, and we had some stellar wave counts down here as we were working our way up, and then we just haven't been seeing those upward impulsive moves. But again, the market gets timid as we get around these all-time highs, right? We kind of had a harmonic move right here and working our way up. So just keep an eye on it right here, see if it goes, see if we get a wave C pullback, and then we get some impulsive waves up here. Again, like I said, Paul's probably got some different counts out there as well. Let's take a look at the S&P futures and see what we're up to or down to here this evening. So it looks like we're down 3 points, and this is pretty much from, I guess, I'm not sure what's calculating. This might actually be calculating it from earlier today, from the move, because we are down a little bit more than where we closed the other day, right? So, but down about 4 points there from the close. So let's take a look, see how it holds up tonight. Again, we may see some action, around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. type stuff, get a little bit of movement there, and then we'll see what we have in store this week. There's not really too much on the radar this week. Zoom has earnings coming up this week. So on the economic front, we got job numbers again coming up. That was kind of an interesting move last week after job numbers. So it's kind of the big ones, but we'll see how it goes, guys. We're starting a brand new month, so we'll see if funds start to deploy again into this month, and they start buying it up. So we'll see where we go from there. In the meantime, we're tracking these geometric lines on the futures chart, see if we can get and stay above those. If we can, then we'll probably go back to being bull mode, right? So we'll see how that goes. But again, nice little pop here this evening. It kind of drifted down here over the Memorial Day light trading, right, till about 1 o'clock, and then we just got a little bit of a pop. So we're actually up from the Memorial Day morning move, right, up to like 1 p.m. Eastern time, and we're up here. So let's see if we can get over these geometric codes, see where we go from there. So anyway, guys, really excited and happy to have Paul here this evening with us. I'll go through you too as we continue our awesome series here on Elliott Wave. And tonight we're going to be talking about a log and what it has to do with the stock market and Bitcoin. So, Paul, I'm perplexed. What does a log have to do with the stock market and Bitcoin?
Hey, what's up, John? We're talking about log scale versus linear scale, and there's some counts on Bitcoin that are a little more apparent once we switch to log scale.
Log scale versus linear scale. Okay, that's interesting. So, so basically, we'll get into that in a little bit. But for the most part, when do we look at log scale? We like to look at it when we're looking at longer time frames.
Yeah, longer time frames, or sometimes if price is really flat, we don't have a lot of peaks and valleys, and you switch to log scale, you can see the count more clearly, and
Ah.
especially over long term, like you were saying.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Okay, good. All right, well, I'm looking forward to hearing about that, so we'll see how that goes. And
Yeah,
real quick, guys, actually, Paul, before you show these charts here, I just want to show something real quick. Anybody who uses Thinkorswim out there, if you want to quickly switch to log scale, right now we're looking at linear scale. All you got to do is click this little button here in the upper right-hand corner where you can switch from auto to manual. And there's a little button. I know you probably can't see the pop-up here in this broadcaster, but if you just kind of hit that pop at the bottom, it says use log scale. And when I do that, it'll switch to log scale. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys how to do it in Thinkorswim. But anyway, Paul, yeah. So what do you got? What are we looking at here?
okay, we can start out with Bitcoin, and I'll show you guys this new count that we're looking at.
Okay, great.
Um, Yeah, let's see. That looks like RCL. Okay, yeah, here's Bitcoin. This is log scale that we're looking at right now compared to this would be linear scale. And you can see the 1-2 here is real flat. We got this real flat price action, and we get this big up move. Um, but the channel is not that apparent on linear scale. But if we switch to log scale, we get this beautiful channel
Oh,
that
wow.
lines up really nice. It actually makes a lot of sense. You can see the one comes up here, and then we have this ABC for wave two. Compared to the log scale, our linear, where it's really not that apparent. But anyways, we go back to log scale. We have this wave one up, ABC down for a wave two. And then we have this nice impulsive push for a wave three. Right up here is that ending diagonal that we were all looking at. A couple different ways to count it, but the ending diagonal looks pretty nice. And what we're thinking is wave four has a good chance of coming down to this bottom trend line here. It could do an ABC, or it could do a triangle ABCDE.
Mm.
There are other counts. There are some other counts where we might have wave four right here and then go up. But I'm kind of favoring this one just because it kind of matches up with the wave two.
Awesome, very nice. Yeah, and then, but we could hold the middle of the channel there too. So,
Yeah,
so we'll see how
this
that holds.
yeah, this is like a triangle four that's finishing up right now, and we're going to get one more push down, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see if we get a triangle move or if we get a wave five up, which is possible.
Nice,
Um,
and that is
like
kind of in
looking at
line with the wave four of lesser degree too.
yeah,
That could be
yeah,
interesting.
and like looking on the linear, you can see this big drop down. Wave four could be here, and then possibly get a five up. It's just one of those things we'll have to wait and see.
Very interesting. Yeah, I tell you, it's interesting to see Bitcoin. Getting kind of toying around in that 20,000 area. In the 20,000, it's even more interesting to even be talking about it. That oh, it moved like 5,000 points today. When considering, right, like a year ago, it was only at
Yeah,
3,000. So
yeah, we were all the way up in the 60s, and now we're talking we might go down to 20,000. That's quite a big drop.
it's pretty wild, and that's another good reason to use the log scale. And guys, folks use that a lot of times when it goes over a long period of time, like Paul said, when it's flat, or you have like really big price action. Or it kind of helps to adjust the scale so you can get a little bit of a better count on it.
Right. Like another name was Tesla. Tesla's a lot easier to look at long term on log
Tesla.
scale. Yeah. But anyway, so
Uh,
yeah, that's it for log scale.
nice.
Let me show you guys some counts that were in the bubble report last week. Let's
Great.
see here.
Guys, anybody who's joining us here and is just kind of tuning in for the first time, Paul is part of our Discord group and also helps write our morning newsletter, which is called The Bubble Report, right? And so it's the Bubble Report, get in the golden zone. So we've done a few videos in the past on the golden zone, and really what it is it's that space between the 618 and the 786 retrace. And what Paul does for the report is he finds wave counts that are looking pretty hot that looks like they're setting up to make a move. And there's really no morning newsletter like it, where we've got two fresh Elliott Wave counts each morning. And a lot of them are really kind of poised to go, right? And so then you can upgrade there and join our options group and our Discord group, where you can actually chat with Paul and me throughout the day, and bounce Elliott Wave counts off of Paul, and see if how your counts are meshing up, and even if we put something in the bubble report too, right? We could ask about that there and see if it even makes sense, if this setup is still any good, right? So anyway, but links to all that are in the description here. But Paul, what do we see this week? I know Ride was one of them.
Yeah, last week we had a really nice setup on ride. It was we had a 1-2, and then we had this wave one up and a wave two down. It came down to the 786. So I wasn't sure if we were going to get a dip or keep going up from here, but it looked like we were going to get some kind of wave three move here. And the next day, what we did get this push up. So this was a nice day trade. We're above the ADMA, we're above the cloud, and let's see where we are now.
Got a nice
This is
pop on
right.
Ride.
Yeah, this is currently where we are. We got this wave one up, and now we're looking at a wave two down. I'm thinking probably bounce off to 618 or maybe the golden zone. Then we'll get another push up
And
for wave
then hopefully
three.
be in wave three. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, in wave three, I have it 1.618, but a wave three can go to a 2.618. So this is just the first target. And you can see with TradingView, I set my alarms on the right. So once price starts dipping down, I get an alarm and I can check the chart and say, oh, okay, yeah, we're getting near the 618. So
Nice.
yeah, so there's ride. Um, Here's RCL. This
Oh
was an
yeah, I remember this
interesting
one.
one.
I was going through. I was like, well, I guess it's possible. I mean, RCL is kind of like one of the more obscure traded cruise line names, and but you can't ignore that channel that you found on that one. And I like the WXY. So what happened with this one?
Yeah, yeah, this was, I guess a lot of people are getting back on the move after COVID. So the cruise lines were looking good, but we had this really nice WXY, which is an ABC X wave and then another ABC. And these candles through here looked impulsive. So it looked to me like that WXY was finished and we were going to get an impulse up. And the next day, boom, we got her move up out of the channel. Um, that worked out really well.
Nice
And
short
here's what it
retail
looked
on that.
yeah, here's what it looked like on the 1 hour. We were looking at a daily in the bubble report. We also had a 1 hour chart, and we had this 1, 2, 3 triangle 4. So it looked to me like we were going to get a move out of here, and we did. Here's what it looks like on the 1 hour.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and here's where it is currently. We're still going up, and likely we'll get a wave down, a bounce off the channel. Here we go. I broke it down to 4 hours. So we have a 1, 2, 1, 2. We had this wave three up. And I think we're going to come down, bounce off the channel, and then head back up again for RCL.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll
Those
be
are some great
watching.
finds.
This is one of the many we'll be watching. And the same thing. I have my alarm set here. So when price actually starts moving down, I get alerted. That's RCL. Here's back to Bitcoin. This is the log scale. Here's the linear scale. And that sure looks like a big drop on here. Wow, look at that.
Woo.
Yeah. Let's see. So we got Bitcoin. Here's another one we were looking at, SOXL.
Yeah, the SOXL.
This was a setup that was in our Discord. And what I really liked about this setup is we had a perfect 5-wave move down for wave C, finishing wave 4. So to me, this looked like it was ready to go, and all the other semis were, I believe, looking bullish also. So we were expecting a move out of here, and we got a big move up, a big push up, kept on going right through the 1.618.
Oh, that's awesome. What a move.
Yeah, still going, and this is where we are now, and I'm hoping that we come up here and tag the 2.618, but we'll see. But this was a real strong move.
That was a great find. Nice find on the SOXL. I love it.
Yeah. So that's about it for the Elliott wave counts and the log scale.
Great. Awesome. Well, Paul, that was really super duper helpful and really great job on finding some awesome wave counts in the bubble report this week and also helping out Discord members with Elliott Wave counts and basically just kind of furthering the education of Elliott Wave and helping people become more confident with their trading and be able to use Elliott Wave as a tool to help improve. Great job. There's a couple ones that are on my radar going into this week, so really just wanted to point these out real quick and just to kind of show you, Tesla is one of them, right? So Tesla is looking pretty interesting right here, right? The big thing that we've been counting here on the daily chart is the potential. I still have this on the bearish radar. I know it's made a nice push up right here, but all that's doing is confirming to me that this is a possible wave for a move. And really the big reason that it was on the radar is it's still valid, right? So I'm looking at this sharp pullback right here, and anytime you see a sharp pullback in Elliott Wave, you think zigzag, right? So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So it's a 5, 3, 5 zigzag, and then ABC up, and then this 1, 2, 3 looks like wave 4 pretty decently right here. If we do a percent retrace right here, we're just about at the 382 from the initial wave, right? From the highs to the lows, and we're right at the 382 if you go from wave 2 to the wave 3 end. So either way, very very interesting area for it. Keep an eye on Tesla. I'm not saying it's bearish. It could be working on a fresh wave up. It could be done with the waves. It may have found support right here, but if it does continue to work its way forward or work its way down and continue to break down below these lows, then we may see a final fifth wave down to potentially fill this gap here, which would be a symmetrical zigzag move. So keep an eye on Tesla and see how it goes here this week. And then one more, guys, I just have to go ahead and point out is AMC. What a week for AMC, guys.
Oh, yeah.
One of the highest option traded name. It was the second highest option traded name last week, below the SPY itself. So this was a hot name. This one ended up just standing out higher than any of the other meme names. A couple of the other meme names moved, like GameStop moved. Best Buys and all those ones, right? They all moved, but AMC really kind of just took the cake on this one. So this was an interesting pause right here. If you guys recall, if you guys don't follow us on the public Twitter too, check out the links in the description. I did a survey this day on the 26th. I said, how many think that AMC, and GME are going to gap up tomorrow, right? Because they just had this huge volume started to come in here, and what was really interesting is neither of them gapped up. In fact, they gapped down, and it was, not insignificant, right? I mean, it was like, 20, it closed at like 20 and opened up at like 18, right? It was a 2-point gap down. That was pretty painful, but wow, did the diamond hands really step up and really push this thing, right? So, in terms of a count on this one, it's pretty tough, right? There's a couple ways you could do it. You could say this is a 1-2-1-2 right here, and this is a wave 3, right? And it's possible that we're basically right at the 382 for a wave 4 pullback. So we could be doing a wave 5. But if we look at this as a kind of a bigger picture move, that when we were at $1.91 and we started to push up to $21, right? That this could be kind of the wave 1, A, B, C-ish tape wave 2, right? And then we're kind of looking at the 1-2 right there. So we could be potentially in a wave 3 move, and this could just be a part of it, right? So let's keep an eye on it. It was a rough day on Friday. We put this in the bubble report. There was some unusual put activity on it. In fact, a lot of unusual put activity on Thursday. And so part of the bubble report too is we point out some of the most interesting, unusual option activity. There's a lot of put activity on it. And one of the big things that I'm not surprised to see a pullback here is that, who really wanted to hold this name over the weekend, right? Who was brave enough to hold it over a 3-day weekend? And the answer was not many, right? Because look, the volume's almost equal to the day before, and it was a big red candle, right? So I'd keep an eye on it right here. I think it could possibly still do a kind of a wave 2, an ABC type corrective move, and it might chop for a little bit. That kind of be your A, B, C, and then I would just look and see if it can kind of hold over these recent levels here. And if it can, then that could be very interesting, right? Because that would be the very, obviously the definition of a wave 4. But if it can hold that resistance, that prior resistance as support, and then start to see some impulsive upside action, AMC could keep going, right? And that's pretty interesting, right? So I'm not saying it's going to happen right away. It could take a month or so, but I think it's one to keep on the radar. So anyway, good stuff. So that's all I have on the radar for this week, Elliott Wavewise. At this point now, if anybody's got any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those in the chat window. Try to get through as many as we can. We won't be able to get through them all, just out of respect for time. But maybe we'll see how many are out there. But if we can, we will. So good stuff, guys. At this point now, let's go ahead and do that. And Shirley's got a few out there. She's got Billy. Paul, do you have Billy? Billi.
Really? Let me just take a look. The name sounds familiar.
I hope you're doing great, Shirley. Thanks for sending these in.
Um, throw it up here on a wave basis.
I believe it's a Chinese name, so Billy.
Wave.
Yeah, ADR.
Okay, so it looks like we had a real nice impulsive move up here, and this looks like a corrective, probably an ABC. Let me see what kind of count I can get out of here. So this looks like a wave one up, and then you can see that we have a three-wave A, B, C, and this looks like a wave one. It looks to me like, wow, nice find, Shirley. This looks like we're starting an impulsive wave three up right here.
Yeah, this looks a little bit like a leading diagonal.
Yeah, it's got that nice curve to it.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like, yeah, nice find.
Good stuff. And then I figured you wouldn't mind looking at the Qs.
Yeah, no problem. We'll bring those up here. Qs. Yeah, I like the Qs count looks a little more simpler than SPY or ES right now. It looks pretty straightforward. Like we had this wave one up, wave two down, almost to the 618, and then we're 1, 2, 3. I think we're going to get a little pullback for wave four, and then we're going to continue going up in an impulse.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, great stuff. Thanks, Shirley. Really appreciate those requests. And Thierry, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. So you've got Neo on the radar. Let's take a look.
Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, there's a few ways to count this, but right now I have us in an impulse up after a wave two finished right about here. 1, 2, 3, little pullback for 4, and then we'll see if we get our bigger wave 3 impulse up for Neo.
Nice. I'd like to see Neo get going again. It was fun while it lasted, and then we're in this corrective wave.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sideways.
Sideways action. So anyway, good stuff. Bob, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. You've got Nvidia on the radar. Let's take a look.
Let's see, Nvidia. Okay, yeah, another semi. Okay, so yeah,
fresh all-time highs.
Yeah, so we got a 1, 2, 1, 2, and we're going. I have us going up in an impulse right now. We're wave 5 could hit at 618, or it could extend a little bit, but definitely bullish on NVDA. Yep.
Wow, Nvidia on the way to 1,000 to the moon. Paul, take a look at that there in July. What is that? 21st. You see that little at the bottom of your screen there? You see that little S? So Nvidia is the little circle. Yep, that one right there. Nvidia is actually looking at doing a stock split. So they're yeah. So we're just waiting on the stockholders. I believe have to do a vote. And if they do vote, they were talking about a 10-1. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing get to $1,000, and then we'll see it maybe trading back around $100 again. So, but we'll see how that goes if they pass that vote or not. But we could see an epic stock split run in this one. So that's another one to just kind of keep in mind. And then you've got Tesla on the radar, Bob. So I put up the bearish wave count on Tesla. Paul, do you have a bullish one?
I think the bulls are still working. Yeah. Tesla has 2 counts. It has this the zigzag that we could still get, or I have this going up in this red and blue impulse where we just had this wave 1 up, probably a wave 2 down, then we'll keep going up in wave 3. So yeah, there's a chance for Tesla to keep going up from here.
Gotcha. So I guess the big caution is right there is that both of these counts are actually looking short-term bearish.
Yeah, exactly. We could go down in wave 2 or go all the way down for a deeper wave 4.
Yeah, so those are always the ones to be the most careful with, right? Because that's why we don't like trading wave 2 a lot, because wave 2 could keep going, right? And it might be part of a bigger wave down, right? So good stuff there. I like it. Good. And Muku, what's going on? So you've got one on the radar. You've got TRUL. It's True Leave Cannabis.
I think. I remember doing some counts on this one. Let's see.
Ooh, getting tight. And Mugi says, hey, Paul, thanks for all the updates. I love it. Great stuff.
Yeah, no problem. It looks like we're kind of stuck sideways. I'm wondering if this is actually the right one.
What does it say at the bottom there? Scroll it up a little bit, or like move that chart around. It's got the name of it. True Light. True Light. He says True Leave Cannabis. I'm not sure. Let me look and see if I can get a different ticker on that.
Let me see. Let me go back to. Yeah, it looks
True.
pretty different.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's going to turn into it, but I've got a TCNWF. TCNWF. This is like a warrant right now. So that's a warrant. So I'm not even sure if this is available. Maybe you can give us some more information on it. I don't see True Leaf Cannabis. Oh, there's like
Like,
CRUL, like Canadian Stock Exchange, maybe TCNNF. TCNNF.
well, I got it on
Oh, you
here
got it
on the.
there. Interesting. Weird. I'm
Yeah,
not sure why it's not popping up on Thinkorswim. Okay, cool. Good stuff.
yeah, but this looks like we had this impulsive move up right here. Looks like a one, two, probably come up here three, four, five. So it looks like we just finished an impulsive move up, and this looks like some kind of ABC down. Um, so for now, it looks like we're in a corrective wave two.
Cool. Okay, great stuff. Awesome. Thanks, Muku. Really appreciate it. Bob, hey, Paul, thanks for checking out. And then SNDL, you checked it out on Saturday. I got to check. That's awesome, Bob. I really appreciate it. It's awesome, yeah. But SNDL, how's that one looking pretty good?
Yep, yep.
All right, nice.
Looks like it's just starting a wave three up right here for SNDL.
Good. And then the Nest has either got ENV or iRobot.
Those are both new here. Let's see.
Oh, you don't do iRobot too much. iRobot's a tricky name to trade these days. It used to be a lot more fun with options, but now it's kind of like almost shares only sometimes. But
Let's
sometimes it
see.
moves on earnings.
Yeah, it looks pretty sideways. Looks like we had an impulsive move up and we're doing some kind of sideways consolidation right here.
Yeah, I can't remember if they had any news. Anyway,
One, two, three, four. And, actually, this is looking kind of like we might be coming out of this in a bull count here. Let's see, lock, wave lines, projecting. So yeah, I think we're going up in an impulsive move here. So maybe we'll get a little bit of a wave five going up here.
nice. Maybe iRobot can break out. Great find on that one, the Nest. Really appreciate it. Nate King's got a question out there, and he asked about your Pitchfork tool that you're using in TradingView. Is it a standard Pitchfork?
Yeah, like for instance, if we go back to SNDL, if I wanted to put a pitchfork on here, it's under, I believe, top of the chain right here, pitchfork, and you find a pivot maybe at the beginning of wave one, you go up to the top of wave one and then back down to wave two. And yeah, this is a standard pitchfork. I know there's another way, a way to do it where it has a different shape to it, but yeah, this is standard pitchfork.
Nice. Yeah, there's a couple of methods. That's great. Awesome. Good stuff. And real quick, Paul, in TradingView, how do you switch from linear scale to log scale? By the way.
It's in the lower right, right down here. Boom, just like that.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Great stuff. Love it. Awesome,
Yeah.
Nate. Really appreciate the question on that one. Otas, what's happening? I hope you had a great weekend too. You've got Macy's on the radar, the capital M.
Let's see. Some trading view.
I would say M popped up on my radar too here. It's kind of looking interesting. So let's see.
Let's see. Well, we're definitely trending up here. Let me see if I can get some kind of count out of this. It's kind of choppy, but the trend is definitely up.
Could be a wave forward triangle.
Yeah, this could be a 1, 2, 3, and then we could come down in an A, B, C, D, E. So we could be consolidating here and getting ready for a move up for Macy's.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it could be a triangle on that. And Sharon, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing great. So you've got a couple on the radar. Let's take a look at a couple of these. Let's look at two of these. Let's pull up Zoom. I think that'll be interesting because we've got earnings coming up tomorrow after the close.
Okay, let's see here. Zoom. Yeah, Zoom has a nice count actually. We had this WXY for a wave two, and it finished right at the 618. So that makes me pretty confident that we are going up in an impulsive move here in a wave three. So yeah, Zoom
Okay.
looks strong.
Zoom looks good. And the other one that's on there is Tilray. Let's put that on the radar too because we've got CGC. I think is reporting as well.
Yeah, it looked to me like, I don't want to
Are they reporting too? I'm not sure. When does Tilray report? At the same
yeah,
time?
a lot of the pot stocks made a move, and Tilroy was one of them. We had this push up, and a lot of
They just
people
had
were
it, yeah.
saying, well, we had a weak close, but wave three went right to the 1.618. So this is still an impulsive move up for Tilray. We just got to get above the cloud here, which you can barely see, but we got to get a move up.
How does that look on the log scale?
The log scale, if I go to Tilray, let's see
I
here.
just because it's
This
so
is,
flat, I thought maybe it'd be interesting to see it on the log scale.
yeah, this would be log scale, and I might even relabel this as a 1, 2, 3, 4 if I went to
Yeah,
log
that could be
scale.
interesting.
But see, it looks very different. That's log scale, and then you take log scale off, and it's just flat down
That
here.
flatness, yeah, it was choppy for so long. Yeah, great, cool. That was perfect, Sharon. I love it. That really tied in well with what we were talking about. I love it. So good stuff there. Justin, what's going on? Good to see you. Got Amazon on the radar. How's your boy Amazon doing? Let's take a look.
Let's see, Amazon. Go to 4 hour extended hours. Okay, I had this one on extended hours because this wave topped right at the 618, and then we had our wave two down. So right now, we're likely trending up in an impulse. I believe you can also count this as an A, B, C. So there's a bearish possible
Bearish possibility.
zigzag, but for now, it looks like we're in an impulse up.
Nice. Okay, Justin. Well, yeah. So you got. It's really tough to tell at this point, but it is looking generally impulsive. But there is also a bearish count on it too. So a little bit of caution off of that there. Dan, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. You got VXF, Victor X-Ray Foxtrot.
VX, let's see, VX. I don't remember looking at this name.
Extended Market Index, like an ETF.
Yeah, VX. Looks like we definitely had an impulsive move up, and now we're in some kind of sideways
Mini
consolidation.
chop.
If this were a three, we could be A, B, C, D, E. So this could
Yeah,
actually be another triangle, and we could be moving up from here.
could be a triangle there too. Nice, good stuff. John, what's happening? Good to see you. You've got T-Doc and Netflix.
T dot. T dot. This sounds familiar. Let me go to the 1 day here.
Yeah, it's a big
Yeah,
Kathy dip by name.
yeah. No, this is a strong count. We have a wave one, then we have ABC down for two. It looks like we just finished a wave one, and we'll be coming down for a wave two, and we're going up in an impulsive wave three here.
Nice. Good. And
Yeah.
then how's Netflix looking? I know it made a push on Friday, but quickly reversed. So this has been so range bound for so long. It's just been a tough name.
Yeah, Netflix. Yeah, this is a tricky count. I just went to the 2 day, but yeah, this is just a big sideways consolidating move right here. But this candle here makes me think this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could actually be finally getting out of this move and starting an impulse up, something like this.
Nice. Well, let's see if Netflix has it in it. That'd be pretty interesting. Nice stuff, John. Really appreciate it. And then John Turner, what's happening? Okay, yeah, that's the second time we saw it right here. So ENV. Let's take a look at Echo November Victor.
And let's see. And
Yeah, starting to get a little perky there.
yeah, we got a. Let me see here. This probably looks like a one down to a two. So we have a wave one up, ABC for wave two. This looks really strong. This is
Yeah,
a
one
this
two
is a
one two.
nice count. Let's
Nice.
see here. Project pattern forward. So you can see we have an impulse up here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice find on this guy. I like
Great.
it.
Good. Awesome. The Nest. Really appreciate it. John Turner, thanks for re-emphasizing it there too. Great finds, guys. Well, awesome. Well, it's been another fun show, guys, and we really appreciate everybody for tuning in and checking out the video. If you guys are new here, be sure to click subscribe on YouTube. And whether you're new here or not, please hit the like button too. It goes a long way. We go back and see that, and it really it means a lot. We really always appreciate that. So if we couldn't get to all of your requests, it's just because of time. But again, we'll be back again tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow night. Where I'll be doing the lightning rounds to be able to get through any extra ones there too. So, other than that, guys, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you guys like what you saw here today and you enjoy Elliott Wave and bouncing Elliott Wave ideas off of folks, definitely check out our Discord. The link is in the description there. You can chat with Paul throughout the day. I go live at the open and the close where we look for setups throughout the day too, and just it makes for a really really fun group. So we love having it. We'd love to have you guys there if you're not a part of it right now. So be sure to check that out. The link's in the description. And Paul, thanks so much again for being here tonight and for another great show.
Hey, you're welcome. No problem. Good times.
All right, guys. Well, we really appreciate it. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. We'll see all Bubble Report members and Discord members bright and early tomorrow morning. Of course, if you're subscribed here on YouTube, we'll see you here also for the Good Morning Market Prep video. So, anyway, guys, hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And we'll talk to you guys soon.